one and all. Welcome to Fireside Chat, a live session with our founder and leader, Raghvendra Prasad, also known as Rags with Love. Welcome, Rags. Project
Thanks.
Step On.
Good evening, everyone.
Right. Project StepOne is a 100% volunteer-run free telemedicine service. We are a 12-month-old initiative that provides free telemedicine to COVID-19 impacted patients across 16 states in India's 18 languages. We have touched more than millions of lives through 2.3 million teleconsultations. This has been possible because of our community of citizen volunteers, doctors, and counselors. Hi everyone, I am Shruti, your host tonight, and with me today on the hot seat we have Rags, whose brainchild is Project StepOne. I'm very excited to host him today and looking forward to hearing his story. There is no better person than him to introduce himself. So over to you, Rags. Please introduce yourself to our wonderful audience today.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Thanks, Shruti, for having me on the Fireside Chat. I am just to introduce myself. I'm from Bangalore. I was born here. My parents are also from Bangalore, and my father was a businessman. My mother was retired as a bank manager. Yeah, I basically studied. We are from a family, a middle class family, which is full of educated people, and I ended up also, focusing on education a lot, and ended up studying BE, Bachelor of Engineering, Computer Science. After that, of course, I got a started working as in my corporate job as a programmer. I was very, very lucky because I got a chance to live in several different countries. Also, from a programmer, I grew and started doing more work around understanding people's problems and trying to use technology to solve them, which kind of became a passion as well as something which I love doing even now. For the last about a decade or so, I've been an entrepreneur, and worked mostly in digital health space, and uh, then turned into also an investor and an advisor, and now I'm running a couple of nonprofits. So that's kind of an introduction about myself and my background. Yeah, so I'm married. I to my classmate from college, and we have a teenage son who's also studying in Bangalore. So that's about me.
Thanks for the lovely introduction, Rags. And can you also share some of your hobbies? I mean, we see you posting pictures of nature and your cycle daily. So, what's that about?
Well, yeah. So I really love outdoors, and we are actually very blessed. I live in Bangalore, and Bangalore has a lot of good outdoor places, though it is known as the traffic capital of the country or probably the world. We also have some good outdoor places. Um, I'm into running, cycling. I'm a marathoner, triathlete, and hopefully I'll complete an Ironman someday. So that's one of the hobbies which both keeps me challenging myself every day, as well as keeps me fit, I guess. And other than that, I love reading books, and I'm I try to read every day, and that's I would say another hobby of mine. I love meeting people, hanging out with friends and relatives and family. And these days, since that hangout is not possible, so we hang out mostly online with my friends from StepOne.
That's awesome. We hope this energy within you stays alive. So, let us now talk a little bit about your story. You know, how did this idea of Project Step One come, and when did the spark light up?
Well, actually, so the way it happened, there was not like this one moment, but it was a progression where a lot of people were involved in in actually, it started off as a WhatsApp group where people, mostly people associated with the startup industry, mostly founders, they were discussing how we can use our expertise in technology to help Indians in general, and hopefully the government to deal with COVID. And this was in March, around actually maybe mid March last year. And this was the time when we knew from experiences from other places in the world that this pandemic is for real and it's coming to India. It was only a matter of when. And so when we started discussing, one of the things that which I know is due to my experience over the last decade in the digital health space, is that access to doctors and access to the right medical information is going to become very crucial. And if there was a lockdown, then a lot of people will suffer due to that. So and it was not possible to provide this access way like in a way like, for example, a lot of other digital health companies are doing, because they would always be constrained. So we figured out that having a network which is very flexible so that it can scale up and down, like what happens in StepOne, volunteers and doctors can download the app. They can based on their availability, help people. And so we thought building a system like that will help. And when we approached the Karnataka government, we had Mr. Munish Maudgil, who was the IAS officer, principal secretary, and head of the state war room. He really liked the idea. At that time, what was happening was a lot of people were calling the state helpline 104, but the calls were not going through. As well as there was a lot of panic because people were thinking their symptoms was all COVID, but in most cases they were not. So he chose to give us an opportunity and said, we will launch this. So around the same time, or a few around March 23rd or 24th, we actually had launched in Karnataka. So that's how the idea came about, and the first launch happened for StepOne. And since then, we've been, as you know, both growing in terms of more states wanting our services, as well as we have, thanks to all the volunteers and the doctors and everyone, we have been, who talk to the people, they come back and say, this is more useful. We should also be doing this. So initially, we were just working with pre-COVID cases, but now we are working through the entire spectrum of the COVID. So we help patients as soon as they turn positive. We are helping with home isolation. We are helping with plasma. Now we are hopefully going to start very soon also helping people who are having post-COVID issues or the long COVID issues. We are helping with mental health counseling. And now we are also helping with the vaccination drive in multiple ways. So, we as we started we went on growing, and thanks to the team of very proactive volunteers, we have been adding more and more services, and giving all of this for free to the governments and to other fellow citizens who are affected.
Wow, I think this has been most incredible journey for all of us, and thank you so much for telling us how this all started. Uh, from that one idea and thought, you've built this organization that is helping millions of people today, and this has given so many of us, like citizen volunteers, a platform to give it back to the community. So thank you so much for sharing that with us, Rags. So a few weeks back, Project StepOne celebrated its first anniversary. So tell us, how has this journey been for you so far, personally and professionally? And is there something that you would like to change in this journey? What would that be?
Yeah. So first of all, it's been I'm incredibly privileged to be part of this journey, and especially since I was part of the team which founded the where the initial thoughts for StepOne was sown. I feel extremely privileged to be part of the journey, and it's also been a humbling experience, because one of the things that you see in StepOne is there are so many kind-hearted people, uh, doctors, nurses, medical students, uh, counselors. There are techies, developers. marketeers, everyone from every walk of life has come together and selflessly to help other citizens. So working with them, working with people who are not only kind and selfless, but also extremely talented. The amount of talent that talented people who are in Step One is incredible. And it's been a definitely a privilege, because I've been able to interact with most of them, and it's been a really really enriching experience for me personally. And I think from an impact standpoint also, I think all of us are very proud of what we are doing, because we are touching lives and bringing people help at the right time that they require it. On a daily basis, we handle um, a few hundreds of emergencies where the people whom we contact, or our doctors contact, are already having breathless issues or having other emergency symptoms, and we are able to quickly arrange an ambulance to get them to a nearest hospital. If Step One wasn't there and these doctors were not volunteering their time, God forbid what might have happened to these people is something that I fear about. So I'm very extremely proud about the lives we have saved. And yeah, there are actually a lot of things which I feel we could have done much better. I think a lot of volunteers here, the doctors, everyone have a lot of things that we could improve on. One thing which I feel we could have done a lot better is on the home isolation part. I think we should have started that a lot earlier than what we did. We should have also started actually recently. One of the uh, I would say she is almost become like a friend, extended family for me. Her mother expired with long COVID. She recovered from COVID, but there were a few things which got complicated. Complications happened and took her life. So I feel there are so many people who probably are suffering from long COVID, and I wish we had taken that up much earlier. So and Yeah, so there are quite a few things for us to improve, and I wish like for example, in Tamil Nadu we were only able to help in a few districts. I wish we could have helped more states, specifically some of our neighbors where we have a lot of our volunteers are from, as well as we have friends and family of these volunteers there. Yeah, so we probably, there's a lot to learn and a lot to improve on. Hopefully 2021 we'll take a lot of our learnings, and into our second year we'll apply all of them.
Right. So, despite of many challenges and when we are seeing so many wins as well, we are all proud of how Project StepOne has grown in an year, and this has been an emotional journey so far, not just for you but for all of us as well. So, when we look back at this journey, for most of us, this has been a great learning curve, and both professionally and personally. So before we move on to the next question, audiences, please post your questions that you have for Rags in the chat box, and we will get them answered for you. Keep posting your questions, and we will get back there. So Rags, coming back to you, let's talk a little bit about you as an entrepreneur. So tell us, how did it, or how does it feel to be an entrepreneur, and what did it take for you to start one?
Okay, so that's a good question. So I think being an entrepreneur is an extremely privileged as well as challenging task. As an entrepreneur, you are basically passionate about solving a problem, and you try to take that problem and do your best and try to get as many people interested in trying to solve that problem. I think the journey of being an entrepreneur is a very hard one, because it means that you will have to dedicate yourself for that. There is no easy. It's not easy, but at the same time, you meet fantastic people. People who are extremely talented, who are also equally passionate or sometimes more passionate than you about solving that problem, and you create this it's this organization which is all aligned towards doing something which is good. So that way, I think it's a both a matter of privilege and responsibility to be an entrepreneur. And frankly, I feel very privileged that I was born at a time where technology is something that I learned and I've become good at, and the technology is actually influencing people's life in a big way, and hopefully I can use my knowledge of technology to make the world a better place, and change things for better. So that way, I think it feels very, very privileged to be an entrepreneur. And I've been very lucky that initially when I took up entrepreneurship, my family was very supportive, and also thanks to a lot of things around me and a lot of people around me, that I could take that plunge and never have had to look back.
So, when did you start your first venture? How was it? I mean, what is your age?
Yeah, so I started when I was about 34, 35 years old. And yeah, so I was, as I said, very privileged and lucky, thanks to my wife who was still working, who was happy to let me pursue this course while she could provide a safety cushion for the family. So yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us, Rags. I mean, this is so inspiring and empowering. It definitely takes a lot of courage to start something on your own. So, thank you so much for inspiring all of us today. Okay, now it's time for some fun, and let's do a quick rapid fire round with you. So, are you ready to have some fun here?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so you get no time to think about the answers. You just need to shoot your answers. Are you ready?
Sure. Yeah.
Right, here we go. Your favorite place to visit in Karnataka?
Sakleshpur.
Wow, okay. Do you read books or do you watch documentaries?
Books.
If books, okay. Then who's your favorite author?
Many. I would say Malcolm Gladwell is one favorite author. Anthony Burgess, the author of Clockwork Orange. I have like a huge collection of books and collection of authors. I can go on. Indian authors, I love Vikram Seth. I love Salman Rushdie. I think he's one of my all-time favorites. His writing style is probably one of the best. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. The first action that you did to contribute towards society?
Um, I well, actually very young, when I was in primary school. We were asked to collect money for Helpage India, and I still remember I had collected money from a lot of my friends and family, and I would say that was the first one that I can think of.
Awesome. If not an entrepreneur, then what?
I guess I would have been a travel writer, or yeah, travel writer, I would say, is another professional venture, which or another profession, alternate profession, which potentially I would have chosen.
Interesting. First thing you do in the morning?
I am a health freak, and I drink a big glass of water as soon as I wake up. And but Actually, the first thing in morning I do is to kind of thank God, and thank my family, and thank all the people who inspire me, for keeping me going. And then I get a glass of water. I feel that all of us are blessed with so many good people around us who are actually contributing to our success in many ways. I and The first thing in the morning I try to do is to thank all of them.
That's why
There
people
is
say keep the
actually
good.
my grandmother had taught me something when I was a kid, which I still remember, where she used to make me say in Kannada, a short paragraph of thanks to people, preceded by a Sanskrit shloka type of thing. So I kind of it stuck to me because she had taught me, and it just it's something that I continue doing.
Awesome. One habit you would like to change?
I feel yeah, many, actually many. The the one habit is I still am dependent on a lot of processed foods. I would see if I would love to see if I can completely avoid eating processed foods completely. It's something that I've have as a bucket list, which I should change. Another thing is I feel I take up too many things. Usually I end the day with too many things that are left not done, and my plan for next day becomes too keeps overflowing. So I need to do a much better job of keeping my to-do list small enough so that I can complete everything and go to sleep thinking, I've had a pretty good day.
Awesome. Are you a tea person or a coffee person?
Actually, I don't drink both coffee or tea, but if yeah, I gave up coffee, tea, both. So I take maybe green tea or some fruit tea or black tea or something like that, but I don't drink coffee or tea either.
Great. Hard work or smart worker?
Hard work, I think. Smart, all of us are by default, and the only way for for all of us, I think, smart work is sometimes people confuse smart work as as an alternative to hard work. I feel you have to be smart by default, but you have to work hard. Working hard is, I think, a given for all of us. I If you work hard, you'll achieve things.
Your opinion on social media?
It's a wonderful thing. I feel it's a great way for people to connect with each other, and there obviously it comes. Any tool comes with positives and negatives. I am personally not a big fan of being on social media all the time. I don't have a Facebook app or Instagram app on my phone, and I check them or post things very rarely. But I still feel it's a great tool for I think all of us are learned so many things because of being on social media and YouTube, and so I mean it's a great learning platform. Um,
Right. If you could be an animal, what would that be? Any animal.
uh, I feel I would love to be a dog. I'm a dog lover myself, and I think the greatest thing about dogs is they have no purpose in life other than keeping others happy. Right? I feel the same thing about myself. If I can make all the people around me happy, then uh, I feel I would have done my work. So uh, I
Oh,
think
you
dog
always
that
do
way.
that. You always do that. So, if you could live anywhere, where would that be?
I don't think I will change away from Bangalore. I really, being a Bangalore boy, I love Bangalore. So maybe a close alternate would be Mysore. But yeah, um, I'm quite happy being in Bangalore.
Wow. Okay. What motivates you to work hard?
Uh, I feel we all of us have a finite time in this world, and it is important for all of us to, at least I feel it is, uh, the society and the environment around me has given me great skills, and I'm privileged to be able to do things which can make others feel happier, make the world a better place. So that uh, and I don't want to waste my time doing watching Netflix or doing too much of social media. So working, I feel, is the best way to live my life the fullest.
Okay. One message for the youths.
I feel, I mean, specifically youth of the country, we are at a great stage in world history and civilization, where we probably will become one of the largest superpowers in every respect. So make full use of your all the talent you have, the dream big, and work hard. So I think we are at a stage where our parents' generation probably didn't have the wherewithal to dream a lot. I think in our generation there was. We all could dream and chase it and actually make it happen. I think it is we had almost 20 times the opportunity, or maybe even 100 times the opportunity than our parents. The youth of today have 100 times the opportunity that we had. So I guess dream bigger, and make it happen. Most of the people have the talent, and with the right intent, the universe, they say, will conspire to make things happen.
Wow, with this, we have come to the end of the rapid fire session. That was fun, that was witty, and that was smart. Thank you so much, Rax, for being so candid with us. So, we have one question from the audience. So, they are asking you how your spiritual beliefs helped through your journey.
Yeah, I think it's helped me a lot. I feel I am. There are certain beliefs of. I think Vasudeva Kutumbakam is a belief of that the world is all my family, right? So being good to everyone around you, irrespective of. Yeah, there are certain spiritual things which I grew up with, and or I caught along the way, which have really helped me to get find my purpose and stay focused on that and not get very distracted. And Yeah, absolutely. I think spirituality is misunderstood as being something very religious, but I think spirituality is being very comfortable about oneself with in relation to their environment, and in finding that purpose which will keep you going and moving forward, becoming a better person hopefully every day, and trying to be the best you possibly can before your time in the world to exit the world comes.
Perfect answer. Thank you so much, Rags. So before we close today's session, one question on everybody's mind is, what's next for Project Step One?
Yeah, so 2021, I think, is a year where we will still be very much busy with COVID. We have a big challenge in front of us with the second wave starting off. I think a lot of us are still struggling because of bed shortages in a few places, lack of ambulances in a few places. So all the COVID infrastructure that was there has been dismantled. So we probably have to work very hard to re-engage with the governments and make sure that they re-establish that. So plus our vaccination rate is very very poor. We really uh, should be vaccinating our citizens much faster. At the current rate, we will take almost 5 years to vaccinate every Indian, which is not good enough. Which means that the virus will get multiple opportunities to change and again come back and make the whole vaccination process itself not worth it. So we have a huge task ahead of us in trying to educate people, get more and more people vaccinated. I feel that way in 2021 our role is pretty cut out in to help people with the second wave, and that I feel we are at a being part of step one has shown how many public health issues are there and how technology can help solve these problems. And I feel we can also create an economic model around what we are doing so that the doctors get paid for the work that they do, especially outside COVID. I think the future is hopefully step one will continue to exist as a public health good or public good entity where uh, all the volunteers can come and contribute and learn and hopefully help India become good at public health and make Indians more healthier.
Well, it's definitely going to be a very busy year for all of us then. Okay, so Rags, is Shah Rukh Khan your favorite hero?
No,
Okay,
no,
but
not
we
at
do
all.
have but we do have a demand from the audience. They want you to say a Shah Rukh Khan's dialogue. Can you do that?
Oh man, I'm pretty poor at Bollywood movies, but let me try. I think hmm, yeah.
Or
So
any okay.
I mean, it's not a full dialogue, but I'll still go ahead and do it. Uh, Kiran.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Rags. Thank you. Okay, so with this, I think we have come to the end of this session. What is your take home message for our lovely viewers?
Uh, First of all, I should give my heartfelt thanks to all the volunteers of StepOne. I see so much energy, so much enthusiasm, so many ideas, and so many thoughts. And because of all this enthusiasm, ideas, Stefan has been able to contribute. And I would love to meet each and every one of you. Some of you I've never met, but I think of you as my extended family. So I'm very thankful for their efforts, and I would reiterate my heartfelt thanks for all of them for being part of this journey. So my final message is for everyone who's watching is, COVID is not gone away. In fact, it looks like it's back with a vengeance. So we should all be on our highest alert levels, and hopefully we can get everyone around us and vaccinated as soon as we can and get out of COVID. Hopefully 2021 is the year where we say goodbye to COVID, so that we can get back to other good things that we all can work on.
Thank you so much, Rags. This was a great session, and I had a lot of fun talking with you, and I hope you enjoyed too. Let's continue
Yeah.
the great work and spread faster as we all promised to do so. Thank you
Yeah,
so much, Rags.
thanks a lot, Shruti, Sangeeta, Kriti, all of you, for putting this together. I really enjoyed being part of this today. Thanks.
Thank you. Request all the citizens across India to volunteer with Step One by giving us a missed call on 080619722266. I repeat the number. It is 080619722266. Each one of us can make a huge difference as we embark on our next phase of COVID fight with vaccination and post COVID challenges. Thank you so much for joining us in this chat today. Our next episode is on Friday, that is 9th of April 2021. So we will continue our discussion with our doctors about COVID-19 management. Meanwhile, do leave your suggestions and queries in the comments to help us make this Step on Fireside Chat much better session. Thank you all, and like Rag said, dream bigger and go get it. Thank you so much.